What is going on, my fellow inhabitants of the World Wide Web? It has been a while, my friends. It sure has. Today is January 18th, 2018, and today is actually the release of the long-awaited update for Fortnite. You know, they added all the points of interests and all that exciting stuff for the game that people have long been awaiting. And I figured, it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, so I might as well hop on Fortnite and try to get a win for you guys, get some exciting gameplay, And I just want to say off the fucking bat that the updates that they've added to with the new points of interest really expedite the process of these games, because coming from someone who's played console and who's played PC Fortnite, I've noticed from the beginning that PC games, or the PC Fortnite games, they tend to be a little bit more elongated compared to the PlayStation 4 games that I've played. It just seems like the circle takes a longer time to come down to like where it's going, as compared to PlayStation 4. You get in, you get to a house, and by the time you're done looting that first house, the circle's already coming down. And as you can see here, by the time I even get to the ground, it's going to be about 70 kills in by the time that I get to the ground, or 70 people left by the time I get down to the ground, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I think that's almost due to the fact that everyone's going to these points of interest that they've added, which is to be expected, that's what I'm doing here too. But for some reason, there's just absolutely no one who came to this one, which was fortunate for me, but also a little bit unfortunate that I came to this, because I spent a lot of time in the beginning here just trying to find a chest or a weapon of some sort, and it didn't really work out for me too well. But eventually I found one, and by the time that I actually do find a chest, it's time to begin to move to the next circle. And to be fair, that's more or less my fault, because I did go from one side of the map all the way to the other, which in itself takes a good couple seconds at least in the air, so it's to be expected. And from my experience, like I said, this was maybe my 8th or 10th game into the new update, but I noticed that going to some of the other spots in this map that they just added are just absolutely loaded with loot. I mean, some of the houses have 3, 4, 5 crates in them, or golden chests, sorry, which is just absolutely bonkers. Because I mean, personally, I got at least 100+ games in this game, to say the least amount possible, and I've just constantly noticed that a lot of houses, you just get absolutely dicked over. You go in, and there's usually maybe a chest or two, and just you can go into 2 or 3 houses sometimes and not get any chests. So that's a little bit to say that they tried to make this game more random with the loot spawns, so that way there's no specific way to constantly play this game. But I've noticed, at least for the moment, with the new update, that a lot of these houses that I went to consistently have 2 or 3 chests in, which is pretty good, but it has its pros and cons in itself. But like I was trying to say is, a lot of people go to these points of interest and they just die right away, because when they have these little towns or cities that they've added, 30 people, 40 people go to like the 3 points of interest that they've added, and people just die right away. This was probably maybe like my 8th or 10th game going in, and I got lucky this game. I'll spoil it. I do get the win, my first win on the new maps, and it was pretty exciting, I guess. For the longest time, I was struggling to actually find a lot of excitement in this game, because it's been out for a long time now, and it's kind of been a little bit redundant and repetitive. I mean, since I think basically Thanksgiving time in October or November, after they got rid of the Halloween update, they added the Christmas update right away, and that Christmas update literally lasted the entire time until today, the 18th, when they finally decided to get rid of all of it and add all this stuff in, which is good and all, but I don't know. I'm glad that they added all these little points of interest, because it keeps the game fresh, it keeps the game new. For the longest time, I was hoping that they would add some more interesting weapons and some silenced pistols and stuff like that, and I was hoping they would just add a completely new map entirely. A lot of people, they like to compare Fortnite to PUBG, and that's good and all. They got some similarities, they got some differences, but for the longest time I was finding myself enjoying PUBG for the most part, because there's just way larger maps than Fortnite has to offer. There's a lot more diversity, there's a lot more to see, there's a lot more to do, there's a lot more different ways to play the game. In Fortnite, a lot of people, they'll go to Pleasant Park or Retail Row, and that's where most of the action will go down. You expect that. But with PUBG, you have the options of going to all sorts of different types of places, whether you go to Los Leones or Pachinki or whatever it may be. Every town has something to offer, and there's just different routes of going about to play the game. But now that they've added, this update to PUBG or Fortnite, excuse me, it's a little more exciting. I find myself actually enjoying the game again, which is good. But I think the next step for them to do is to actually not just update the map, but to actually add a separate map. A new map to throw into rotation into the game, so you're not just expecting the same single map every time, which is a good thing to do. But they've added some interesting stuff into this as well, as you'll see later on as I play. I majorly used the bolt action sniper in this game, which personally is my favorite sniper rifle and my favorite weapon overall. I just tend to have a lot more fun with it, with the bullet compensation and the bullet drop and all that. It gives a little bit of an edge to the game. And I know I don't have to really say this, considering that the game's been out for how long now. But one cool thing that I did notice in this update that they added today is they actually added, in the kill feed, they added something where, if you shoot someone from, say, 50 meters, they'll actually add that in parentheses behind the kill, which is really neat. And it's, it's going to give some people a little bit more of a motive to maybe use the sniper rifles and trying to get some nice far range kills. And I'm sure we'll see some new videos come this 2018 season where people are going to be, posting more videos about longest range sniper kill ever, or whatever it may be. And I look forward to personally breaking that record myself. I look forward to getting a 400 plus meter kill. Eventually, I've gotten some far kills under my belt. But, there's not really a proper way to measure that in this game, which is a little unfortunate, but thanks to the update, that is no longer a problem. So, I personally, I've been out of commission for, I don't even know, maybe 4 years, I think it's been, since I've actually put effort into making a legitimate video. That's mainly because, after I graduated high school, I moved out of my house. I moved out into my own home. I was working a lot to be able to afford that, on top of like making my own car payments and insurance and everything. I've always had to strive to be independent. And, I actually ended up at the beginning of the summer of 2017. I moved back into my parents' house because I'm currently going back to school. I'm attending a 1-year college certificate program in a local community college around me. So, to be able to stay independent and be able to work and all that stuff is a little complicated. So I decided to move back into my mom's house for the year to come. So, I have a little more time on my hands now. So that's why I recently got myself a new computer, and I've gotten back into playing some video games. For the longest time, when I decided that I was gonna take a break from YouTube, it's because I just wasn't having fun with what I was playing, anymore. Video games, they just weren't that entertaining to me. But, I've gotten back onto my grind, I've been enjoying these games a lot more, and what I'm ultimately trying to get at here is I'd like to really know if you guys would like to see more videos out of me, I still have, some Call of Duties under my belt that I play. Obviously, I play Fortnite now. I play PUBG, and I find myself just being a little bit more open to playing some more games. For the longest time, I was almost strictly Call of Duty, but I play some Battlefield as well here and there, and I don't mind playing some other games. You guys, if you guys could just maybe give me a little suggestion of what games that you guys would like to see, I can do some live commentaries. I can do some IRL stuff, some more commentaries, some compilation videos of funny moments and stuff like that, because I have a shit ton of funny moments and fails and stuff like that happen in my time of gaming. So just let me know, just give me an idea, and I'll be sure to take everyone's opinions and stuff like that into account. But it's coming to the end of this video. I got the victory finally, and yeah, I appreciate it if you guys have made it this far. Like I said, just give me some suggestions and ideas in the comments, or just say hi or whatever. And that's that, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be sure to talk to you guys in the near future. Adios.